Okay, so I wanted to replicate this process in order to ensure others were able to do the same thing. Um, so right off the bat, we're just going to hop into Hostinger, and once that loads up, we're going to go over to the website that we're going to edit, or in this case, add the new magazine. Don't know what that's about, but I'm going to close it. All right, so currently we have one magazine posted, which is the latest. Normally we would be kind of moving this one to the next position and replacing it. We'll get to that part here in a moment. But the first thing we need to do is go ahead and upload all the files that we're going to need. So I'm going to go over here to the sidebar and go to Media Library. And what I should have done the first time around is add a folder. This time I will add a folder. And we're going to call this one, let's see here, 2023 Fall Winter. And we're going to open that. Then we're going to upload the files. And I already went over to Canva and downloaded all the files. I used a rather small format, but wanted to make sure that the pictures still look good. Oops. Kind of did that a little bit off. Sorry about that. All right, let me go ahead. Nope. I didn't actually mean to add that yet. So I'm going to go back over to the folder that we have, and I'm going to select all of them. And here in a moment, all these will upload. Now, one downside to this approach is you have to keep up with which page is which page. So give me a moment here. And I'm just going to refer back to the original so that I can see what order these are supposed to be in. Now the original's on a different screen, but I do suggest having the original up at the same time. Okay, and one by one, they're starting to show up here. Now, I kind of thought about different ways of doing this along the way. This is just kind of the most efficient way I could think of right off. And keep in mind, the background picture can be changed as well. So if you wanted a different backdrop, we could certainly do that. And it'd be actually quite easy too. I'll try to make sure to show how to do that. Sadly, the steps would have to be done on each page, but it's not that bad. While that's loading as well, I want to go to the site and show one little reason why I did this the way I did. So you notice whenever you load it how the page kind of imports in. It's got a nice little effect to it. Now you have to scroll pretty fast to start getting that effect as you go. On a mobile device, it is more pronounced. So I really liked the look of that. I thought it had like a very clean, neat look and feel to it. And let's see here, all of them uploaded. Yes, all of them are uploaded. Fantastic. So at this point, what I'm going to do is just kind of take this original one as a template and replace the pictures. So let's see here. And I apologize, I went to the wrong thing. Pages navigation. All right, so there's magazine, which magazine should always be the latest. And I'm going to hit this duplicate button. Okay. And as you see, now it has magazine copy. Now, normally, what would end up happening is you would take take the original magazine and replace the pictures in it. In this particular case, we're actually putting one of the archived magazines first, so we're going to change the copy. And I'm also going to hide from navigation. And I'm going to rename this. Oops, I ran away. Rename 2023. And I think I'm just going to go with winter. It's the fall and winter, but just to keep it a little bit smaller, we're going to do that. And save. Now, one thing, just so that I don't forget to show this later, I'm going to grab this page URL. I'm going to go here. Oops. Let's grab just that. And I copied that. Now I'm going to go to the original magazine, and down at the bottom, I have this little guy. Now, this I want to add I'm going to go to this action. I'm going to do open link. I'm going to turn off the new tab. And I'm going to paste what we just put in there. All right, and that should have saved. Yep, that's there. So now that picture is going to represent going to 2023 Fall and Winter Edition. Excuse me. All right, now that that's saved, I'm going to just go right back over to our pages. And 2023 winter. All right. Now, this is going to seem a bit tedious, but the easiest way to do this will actually be to click on the picture, edit image, replace image, and we're just going to find the replacement. And since we're using the same ratio, this goes right in as needed. This little add section, the reason why it has that cool little effect whenever you're scrolling is because I did each picture as a different section. It wouldn't have rendered quite as cool if we would have done each one separate, or I'm sorry, each one like one after another in the same section. So I'm just going to go to page 2 here. replace image, find the second image, and something I forgot to do, I apologize. I have been putting the alternate text, so if for some reason a computer is not generating the picture, it should show the alternate text instead. I'm not sure. Let me see if I did. No, I did not. Let's call this fall and winter 2023 cover. All right, we're going to move to the third page. So long story short, we're just going to go to each one of these pages and replace it with the corresponding page. Table of contents. All right, now I'm not going to make you sit here and watch me change each one of these pages out because, as you see, it is a bit tedious. But once I get back to the end of this process, maybe the last two pictures or so, I'll resume the video so you see what's happening. Hey, so I'm bringing this back for just a second because I wanted to point out a feature that can be done. So on this particular page, I noticed there's a QR code. Now that's fantastic if somebody has it pulled up on their computer and they want to pull up the link on the phone. But obviously that doesn't work great if they're looking at it on the device that they're at. So if you wanted to, and I'm going to do it on this one just so that it's there, since these are just great big images, we can actually click the action button on these and the open link again. And in this particular case, this was set to go to gibsonvillenc.org. So I'm just going to pop that in there. I do like to pull it up on another page and check it to make sure the link works first. And in this case, we will leave it on that open and new tab so that they can continue to scroll through the magazine and it'll just open another tab. All right, so I'm going to get back to work here, but I wanted to pause for a second just to show you how to do that feature as well. All right, I'm getting pretty close to the end of this. So I wanted to show how to do two different things. Number one, if the one that you're bringing in is shorter than the replacement. So let's say these pages were left over. You would click not inside the picture but off to the side and just hit the trash can button. Trash can, trash can, trash can, trash can. All right, and getting near the end there. Okay, so we've gotten to the last one. Now, what's also important is if it was the other way around. So the new magazine that's coming out is longer than this one. So in this case, there's a few pages left, but we've hit the end. So what we would do in this particular case is we would click inside of here, and we're going to use the duplicate button. Now, the reason why we're doing this instead of just creating a new section each time is to ensure continuity, that everything fits the exact same way and looks the exact same way. This can ensure that happens. So now we have two of the exact same pages, and just like we have been doing, you just click there on the picture, edit image, and we're going to replace it with the replacement. All right. And name it, close it, duplicate it. Edit this one, and now we're going to be on the last page. So I'll go ahead and have you stick around with me on this one. All right, and the last page has been added. And we'll call that a back cover. Okay. All right, so nothing really needs to be done here. In this particular case, there's not previous issues. So we kind of have two different ways we could do this. We could leave this up and just have like the other issues, be added, or we could remove this section altogether. Either way is fine. For now, I'm going to leave this up, but at the same time, actually, we can add this quick enough later. I'm just going to go ahead and remove this. For the ones that are just around like this. So top right hand button, we're going to want to hit save on this and back it up. And then we're going to click this update website button. All right, so if all is right with the world, what will end up happening, I'll refresh here. As you go to discovergibsonville.com, and we'll actually go to the home screen here. We can go to the latest one by either clicking here, still the latest, or you could also go to magazine. That takes us to the same spot. And then if we scroll all the way down, we have the previous issues, which as the new issues come in, I would suggest we kind of like move each one of these over. But we can just click this Discover Gibsonville, and there's the fall winter 2023. All right, so that's there. We'll get into the meat and potatoes of kind of organizing that as there's more content. Feel free to reach out to me. We'll figure something out on that. Also wanted to point out too, if you did want to do a different picture on these, let's get rid of this for a second. So the background picture can be changed. What you end up doing in that is while you're in the editor, just click outside the picture, like inside the white space, the background, whatever you want to call it, edit section, and change the picture. Now the only downside is you would have to do that for every single page, but in theory it shouldn't take too long. It'd just be the same kind of process we just did, but with a different picture. So I'm trying to think what else you may need to know on this. For the most part, that's it. Oh, this fixed background, that's what makes it pretty cool, is it goes down the page as if it's just one picture. So you do want to use the fixed if you use the same picture over and over again for each page. But yeah, I think that's it for now on this. I'm sure we'll have to cover something out. It's something else. But yeah, hope this helps you out. Take care.